Hey everybody, welcome to the Andy Show. This video is whether you should invest in Shiba Inu or Volt Inu tokens. And I'm going to give you a quick rundown on both as far as the burn, and that's what some seem to be worried about with Shiba's massive quantity of tokens compared to Volt Inu. As you can see, they started out with right at 1 quad, and they've currently burned 41.03%. It takes a billion tokens, I think, for this to increase by 1 right here. So they have burned 41%, but that still leaves them with over 589 trillion tokens. But let's take a look at Volt. Oh, wrong one. Okay, they started out with only 69 trillion tokens. They have burned 6.8 trillion, so roughly just shy of 10% of their tokens are already burned. One thing with Shiba, and people say, well, they've burned 40%. Yeah, but you got to look at their initial starting point. When they started, Budrin, I don't know how to say his name, but he burned 410 trillion, okay, and they've only got 410 trillion burned, but 241 compared to 3, so they burned almost 100 billion, just shy of 100 billion tokens. And one of the major differences between Shiba and Volt gives you reflections. So as you sit and wait for these to go up in value, you buy 1,000,000 Shiba, and you've got 1,000,000 Shiba. When you go to sell, you buy 1,000,000 Volt, and you may have 1,010,000. Who knows? I mean, they pay 1% of reflections, and it's distributed among the pool. All right, so let's take a look at Shiba Inu. Okay, the max total supply just shy of 1 quad tokens. He burned 410, 241 billion. So there's 589 trillion, 748 billion, 907 million, 35,170 tokens left to burn. Now these figures were taken earlier, several hours ago, so they may not be 100% up to date. But the total burn so far, 410 trillion, 589 remaining. The average actual burn of these tokens per day for Shiba, they've been around, they launched August 1st of 2020. So you got 961 days. They've burned 99 trillion, 415 billion tokens. So divided by 961 days, you have 103 million average burn per day. You take the amount that's left, you divide it by that, and you come up with the total days to burn is 5,700,830 days for it to all burn, or roughly 15,618 years. Now move over to Volt. Your max total supply, 69 billion left to burn. You've got 62 trillion, and they've burned 6.8 trillion. So they have 62 trillion, 105 billion tokens left to burn. Now they only launched April 20th of last year, So a total of 313 days. So you take their remaining tokens divided by the 313, you come up with an average of 22 billion tokens. I'm sorry, 22 million tokens burned per day. Roughly 20% of what Shiba is burning. So they're burning about 20%, but they have only about 10% of the supply. So the burn is much faster with Volt Inu. Days to the full burn, 2,819 days or 7.7 years. Now, as we know, we've gone through a very, very long bear market. So both of these are going to accelerate in the burn. Both of them have utilities behind them. With Shiba, you've got Shibarium. Shibarium's not going to burn very much at all, but it will burn. You've got the Koi token, which burns a ton of Shiba. So you've got different techniques used for the burn, and they are both going to burn far faster than what this shows. Look at the price though. With Shiba, find the right one here. Okay, your latest buy or sell, yeah, it was a buy, was 401068. Okay, 401068. You compare that, it was just another buy, 3 ETH worth. So now it's 1061. Anyway, you go to Volt, and their latest buy is 501643. Why the disparaging amount when Volt Inu has so many less tokens? They're burning percentage-wise compared to their number of tokens available. Compared to that circulating supply, they're burning much faster. So my process in thinking is that if they keep it up, and they're only going to grow, they have their own exchange where you can purchase other tokens through Volt to change, and every purchase through that burns more tokens. There are several things that cause tokens to burn with Volt Inu, but as we hit a bull market, the burn rate is going to be much, much faster for both. But I can see the price increase far higher with Volt at a faster pace, therefore making you more money in the long run over Shiba. Now that's not to say that Shiba won't be increasing in price, but until they've burned a few 100 trillion tokens, and that's not going to come for a long time. So if you're wanting to make money holding for a while but not forever, then I think Volt token is going to be a good token for you to buy, hold, and wait. Neither one is going to make you a lot of money in the short term. But Volt, and I have to say that I do own both Shiba and Volt, and I'm not trying to persuade you either way. This is just something to compare and something to give you to think about. With both of them burning, they're both deflationary tokens, but Volt Inu is burning at a much faster rate and will continue to do so, because like I said, the Shibarium is not going to be that big of a burn like people think. They're saying, oh, it could do 1 trillion a day. It is not possible. Okay, and I won't get into all the reasoning behind it, but yeah, Shibarium will burn tokens, but okay, at 1 cent average transaction cost. Okay, 50% goes into one pool, 50% goes in another. Take 70% of one of those pools, so you've got 70% of half a cent. That's what Shibarium is going to get to burn tokens. And how many transactions is it going to take to get up to $25,000 before they actually burn Shiba tokens? So you're going to have to do just tens and tens of thousands of transactions. Possible? Sure. But I don't think Shibarium is going to be doing more transactions than Ethereum. And at that rate, you're looking at a very minor increase in the burn. So, but they are both going to continue to burn. I think they're both a good long-term investment, but Volt Inu is not going to be nearly as long a hold as Shiba. So there you go. That's my take on it, and I hope you got something out of this.